Player Pablo Pioneer. What is that? Oh, such grinder. Yes, we are going to do a little grinder training. So basically what happened is I'm going to fuck up the grinder and then let our guys to fix it. And let's see how it goes. So explain a little bit of our grinder. This is a Mythos one.
For this one?
It's from Victoria Journal, Italian company, same with Black Eagle or the Seminelli family. So we have two. So
Latte,
this one's
caramel.
for training, and this one's just regular use because I'm afraid that we might make a lot of issues in terms of that. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, go call your mom so I can fuck up the grinder. Hey, stop. Oh, no key. So I do right now. I'm just gonna pop some coffees in here. So I will be able to serve, and Sam is gonna be able to fix this grinder. And let's go. So our aim is for you to be able to set it up back to 21 seconds. 21
seconds.
No, sorry, 21 grams,
Yeah.
28 seconds. So let's see how long it's going to take. So I already turned on. It's Sam, my son, Jay. No, Sam's not my son. Yes, I'm not that old yet, so. Oh, what happened? Oh, what happened? Oh, like, what happened? Do you know what happened? You know, yes, very important. The hopper gauge need to be on to be able to shoot. So at the beginning, what we normally do, we'll try to grind some coffee grounds out to even out. Sam is not my son. That's basically what we have. Like the chocolate banana bread pretty cool. Do you want that one?
Just a regular.
Oh, okay. No, I can't toast it, sorry. Full temp.
It was 24 grams.
It was 24 grams. Do you know why it was 24 grams?
Too long.
We always changing this before we change the dose.
Do you understand how
Hi. Regular flour wine. That'll be 350 cup when you're ready. So what happened? Facing difficulties.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Getting
Sam, it's my son.
and you're like 50 Donkey Kong.
Yeah, my son's name is Sean.
Oh god.
So
Nice.
there's another little trick for you. It's first we need to make sure that it's 21 grams.
Yeah.
So every single time we should not, like, if you see, oh, we are getting like, what do you call it? You're getting 22 and stuff like that. Change the timer, those switch to be 21 grams first. So that way when you're diving in, it will be easier.
Yeah.
And then later on when you reach 28 seconds, you'll be able to, you'll be able to set it back because you kind of know how many grams are you need to put it in. Right? 280. You want that as well? 50 minutes. Yeah, and if you don't have much coffee bean left, remember. There we go. Stand. You might just let me. Oh, where's it? You ready? Have you tested yet? You need to test it out, otherwise how are you going to know what is going on with your shot?
You're right.
So yes, always test it out. So once your grinder has problems, your flat white ready? Yeah. Once your grinder has problems, always make it 21 gram and then you test it out in the machines. So you get the reading of how many seconds that you want. We want to reach 28 or maybe anywhere around 28. So what you need to do, you need to make sure that you get it. And as a good espresso, we should starting to have espresso out about 6 seconds.
Okay.
And now it's 13, it's already halfway, so we stop at 16 seconds. And what does that mean? It means it's pretty far away from our recipe.
Yeah.
And we need to make it finer.
Yeah.
So by making it finer, we need to turn the knot to this way
Yeah, this
to make it finer. One tiny little notch, it's 2 seconds. So now we need to increase it about 12 seconds. Then we need to make around 6 knots.
6.
Yep. Then we empty out some coffee ground and we test it again. You can make it even more because your grinder at the beginning was a bit coarse, so it actually should hold quite a lot more coffee than it should be inside. Yep. And now you can really test it. So in a real serving environment, you may not have that much luxury to test and do that. In worst case, you might need to tell your till person to stop service for around 5 minutes to fix it.
Okay.
But most of the time, this will not happen.
It's 20.
20. Then now we're adding some. Yeah, I think we'll be over now. That's fabulous. Yep, 21 grams.
21.3.
That's good, that's good. Pop it in, and then we test it. And remember, always using one group head for your testing,
Okay.
because that way, sometimes group head will change. This is still slightly too fast.
Yeah.
Before you change anything, you test another shot. So always test it twice to ensure that you get the right rating. Sometimes the blades are changing slightly faster, you see? You get 18 seconds. But you've been changing 6 notch already, you're only getting 18 seconds.
Yeah, something
This
wrong.
doesn't make sense. So we're gonna do a bit more.
Hey man, it's just 1 sec. me a cup of water, please.
I can give you a cup. Yeah, give you a cup. Yes, normally we can't do it until they change the COVID rule. There we go. Don't tell anyone that such things happen.
Right.
So now we're getting a reading of 19 seconds, and the shot still looks not very nice. It's not, does not have that oils and things. Piccolo. A lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have blueberry and chocolate. In a real serving environment, how to test and run become a lot harder. So we still need to be able to get it done properly. Look. Remember, we need to get the recipe right. So get the recipe right first. Sean still, no, not Sean. Sam still having fun. Sean is my son though, but yeah. So now he get 19 seconds. So we will still have to do something to make it right. Piccolo! Vanilla latte. I think you're out of coffee bean. Yeah. Oh, yeah. An almond latte. Pretty sure it's 5 p.m. Best time for coffee. He is 3 when I saw him. He was 3 when I saw him. Your son just goes so big. Yeah. My son is named Sean. Hi. Still looks like that, right?
Yeah.
Like what's the time now?
21.
21, so it's not that far away. 21 is actually quite close. And normally, if in a serving environment, you reach 21 or even 23 grams, it's actually it's time for you are able to serve your coffee. Of course, not espresso, but for most of the coffee, you're actually able to serve it. And that sound is very annoying. Yeah. While my son is having fun, I'm gonna make some latte. And the good thing about we having 2 grinder, you can look the consistency of this one compared to your one, it's actually not that far off. So that's another indicator that's saying that it's almost there. My sons are still having fun, so I'm gonna show you guys a trick to do a lot of coffee. I think I showed you guys before. By using the right size milk jug, you're able to make multiple milk. Hello. Well, now it's better by looking at the shot. So what I'm doing now, it's a way to actually heat up a multiple cup of milk, and you're still able to have the right amount of volume in. $22. There we go. Yep, mocha. So now we are already able to starting to use it. So you can use it to when your shot starting to reach about 23 seconds, even though it's quite far off, but in a serving real life environment, this will be the time that you're actually able to use it. Okay. While you're using it, you're slowly adjusting it. So otherwise, you will put too much pressure on the short person. And even if you're only dealing with short, also the milk person as well, because the line will start to build up. And at this point, coffee might not taste the best, but at least we can put something out and it's decent.
Right.
Cappuccino. Once you've done everything, there's a trick that I can teach you. I basically shorten your time by at least half. So it's already how many? It's already 16 minutes, 18 minutes already. Cat whip 2. And the sound doesn't make sense. Anyway, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I know it.
Because I cleaned the grinder quite well. Oh, be careful.
What?
17.
Increase the time though.
Yeah, it's possible. Don't worry. You can just tip that in. You don't have to use your finger.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll pop it in and see how it goes. Now the machine we're using, it's a Slayer. Good machine. Hi, wow, pretty cool latte. We're from I'm from China, but you asked where we are right now. We're in Australia, Sydney. So now the shot looks pretty good. After 18 minutes, we're kind of getting there, and hopefully we got there. Always test the second time, because sometimes things like that might happen, and most of the time that this thing will not happen. You will not spend half an hour dealing with your grinder.
Okay.
27 seconds, perfect. So my son Sam got it done. Very nice. So now the espresso, if you were looking, the espresso now has a bit more volume. Cremers actually stay longer, and it has a little bit of oils in. That's the characteristic of our shot. And because the time it's actually right, so we're good. And before we finish, we always test it one more time to make sure that everything's right. Also, we need to adjust the grinder timing to make the time right as well. So now, what you know, you don't adjust the time yet. You just weigh in 21 grams again, and then test it one more time. If it's legit, it's still 28 seconds ish. This will be the time that you actually increase the timing to. If you're only getting 18 grams, you need to increase it almost half a second. And the shot should come out about 6 seconds. That's pretty cool. And shot looks pretty good. It's good. Past the 25 mark. It might run slightly more than it should be. That's why I said that we'll always test it again. So now it's 31. That's already in the range because that grinder has a little bit of issues.
Okay.
And now we are increasing the time by say something like this. Then we clean up the area. But Sam, there's actually a trick to fix it because you are the one that dealing with the grinder, like you'll be the one that dealing with the grinder all the time. So actually you can feel it.
Yeah.
There is a place that actually you are able to feel it that it's right. Same as this grinder as well. Once it's starting to make fun of it, normally you only need to change 1 or 2 notch. So all you need to do, just do a little bit of turn, you will feel there's a resistance in that particular area. That will normally be what we normally use. Say, you will see once you do enough morning shift, you will understand what I mean. So by turning it, you'll kind of feel there's a resistance that you tend to harder to move either forward or backward. So that will be the time that you turn it straight away like that. So that's what I normally do. If someone having too much fun of it, I will turn it around and see. First, of course, I test one shot, and then I start to turn it around and see if I have to make it finer or coarser. And then I will turn to a place that it's very hard to move. And that will be the time that, okay, this might be my testing point. And then I started from there for this particular grinder. But if you're using a Mazda, the big one, by turning the wheel, try to make it coarser. It's always easier to make it finer. So if the coffee is running at 60 seconds, you straight away turn 5 or 6 notches to the coarser side. You don't even need to like do it one by one because 1 notch for those grinder, it's 5 seconds. And turn it like that, get 2 shots out, throw them away, and then starting to testing it. You should get it done by those grinder. It should only take you about 10 minutes to fix everything. This one, if you're fast enough, it just take like 5 minutes. You'll be able to get it done. And no one's gonna be turning this like crazy unless you clean it. Like I did clean it, that's why it will happen. So that's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, so my son Sam is gonna bye-bye. See you guys, bye-bye.